Everyone knows someone who's always too busy to do something. Great job, full calendar, phone constantly lighting up. They tell you it's just a season. But once work settles, once things calm down, once life is less chaotic, you notice something strange. They are never too busy to scroll, never too busy to take a message, never to talk about busyness and why they're so busy. At some point, too busy stops meaning overcommitted. It starts meaning undecided. Not about dating, not about life, about whether they actually want to choose anything that would cost them comfort. I get annoyed with the term too busy. It means low priority.
Yeah, too busy is one of those catch cries of everyone, or even mum and dads with young kids or parents that are retired. I've got lots of things on kind of thing, and it does make you seem busy and important, right? We all want to be important.
Well, we've got 24 hours in a day, and 1 hour of each day is 4%. The people who say they're too busy to go to the gym, if you've got 96% in NCAA, whatever the hell they call it, it's gone. I used to say school certificate and bursary. But 96%, you can do for the rest of the day. It's a pass mark in anyone's language. Just about 4%, but no, too busy to go to the gym. I call bullshit.
Yeah, lack of priorities is probably the challenge that most people have. Our health and physical well-being seems to get delegated down below work, below chores, below time with friends and family, below TV. And that's the unfortunate reality we're at.
Do you use one of those schedulers? I see a lot of them on Instagram, and I've always pushed back on the idea of submitting to, say, an Excel spreadsheet to find out what I do for habits and what I don't. I just find that just awful. But I do know that you use your calendar on Google.
Yeah,
a hell of a lot.
Google Calendar is a huge, valuable tool for me to reflect on what I've done and to see what is coming up, and for sharing calendars with other people. But I also find it that it's better for holding me accountable, to myself, to get shit done.
But I find it weird that even in your calendar you have driving here for 45 minutes. Like,
yeah, why? So that I don't schedule anything in, and also I will put links to videos or podcasts into that driving gap, so that when I jump in the car, I can open the calendar, click those links, and listen to what I want to listen to when I'm driving, rather than the radio.
So you actually need that? You can't self-motivate yourself to do that? I find that strange. That's why I don't do it.
Well, I'm juggling 100 things at any given time.
Are you too busy? Andrew?
Oh, I think I'm getting shit done. And
are you too busy?
I don't miss the gym. I get my chores done. Where's that time?
You been to the gym today?
I'm going straight after this.
No, you've got a girlfriend who's... No, you won't.
Yep, and she knows.
How often have you been to the gym in the last 2 weeks?
Probably 10 times.
So what happened the other 4 times? Girlfriend.
Yeah, you need rest times every so often. When the kids require your time, you're going to be there.
I like the idea. I can't submit to putting everything in a schedule because my brain tells me, hey, this is the next thing I have to do. This is the next thing I have to do. And yet I think that I can see the way the world's going, that people don't think for themselves. I'm suggesting you're making this thing think for yourself rather than knowing what's right.
Well, I would challenge you to say you would achieve more if you did keep better account of the time that you spend and plan ahead.
In what way? Because it's not a self-critique of me, but I know that I'm not dropping balls. I know when I have to do things, I have to do things. I don't need a fucking Google map to tell me what to do.
And I would say that you're really good at urgent and you're really good at urgent important, but you're not as good as you would like to be at important, non-urgent. And, have you reached your wealth goals? Have you reached your health goals? Like all these things that are important but not urgent. That's why the calendar is so important.
Well, I think you make a fair point there. If I haven't reached my health or my financial goals, but does that mean I have to use a Google Calendar to do it?
Well, what it comes down to is Google Calendar forces you to assess I've scheduled this, is this the best use of my time? Understanding that the calendar makes you sacrifice 99% of the other things for that one thing that's in the calendar. And when you don't have your to-do list that has a time schedule on it, you're fucked. because those 100 other things, some of them a lot more urgent, are going to displace the important thing.
How far ahead are you in your Google calendar?
Well, there's a lot of recurring things in there. So next week's calendar will have half of it filled with recurring important things that might not necessarily be urgent, but they're all important for my goals.
How often do you ignore your calendar, and how addicted to your calendar are you? Are you as addicted to your calendar as you are to Instagram?
I change my calendar all the time based on what is happening in that day. And if I put things in the calendar that are not going to get done, then I shift them to future dates so that I know that I don't lose it. And if I end up shifting things too many times, it's a signal. Okay, that's not urgent or important. Drop it out of the calendar.
So would you say you're busy, or are you a slave to your calendar?
Definitely not slave to calendar, because I set my calendar. The calendar is a tool for helping me be less distracted with all of life's distractions.
What do you think is the biggest distraction for men?
The focus. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's always girls. So it'll be your kids, your wife, your ex-wife, your girlfriend, your mum.
Ex-wife number 2, ex-wife number 3.
Yeah, because we're connected to so many people.
So how do we stop? How do we create a situation?
I just told you turn notifications off.
Yeah, but you told me up there. And it's not for me that I need to turn my notifications off. But we've got a friend who's sort of in this situation at the moment. But how do you function knowing that there could be messages there? Because it is a distraction. But
if anything's super urgent, super important, someone will call you.
No one calls anymore.
Yeah, because it's not important.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so when you get a message...
Do you honestly answer your phone?
When it's ringing, yeah, I'll check who it is, because not that many people are going to call, because they will only call if it's urgent or important.
To them?
Yeah, and that's fine. And if it's not urgent or important to me and I'm in the middle of something from a random number, I won't pick it up.
So let's get back to what we were talking about being too busy. Is it a lie? Is there enough hours in the day?
It is a lie. And it's dependent on where you are in life. If you don't have what you want, and it's because you're too busy with lots of priorities, it means you don't have a priority. If you're trying to do 10 things every week, friends, family, gym, work, side hustle, play a sport, things like that, of course you're not going to achieve the goals you want to achieve. And if you do, it's going to take a long time. If you go on a hiatus with your friends, the gym, and your sport, and you focus on your work for 3 months, odds are you're going to find out really fast whether it's working or not. You might make a lot more money.
Might lose a few friends.
Not the best friends, right? The best friends are the ones that have been there for 10, 20 years. It's like, yeah, right. And if you say, hey, let's catch up in a month or two, I'm on a big project, they're going to say, yeah, no problem.
We've all got that single friend. They say they want something real, but the calendar keeps vetoing the conversation. Every week feels full. Nothing ever changes. And eventually, too busy stops sounding like a reason. It starts sounding like a decision they never had to admit they were making. We'll have more on this in the next episode.